it's Storytime Tea. That's me, and today I'm here to tell you a story about how I dated someone whose best friend was in love with them. Okay? So, let me set the scene. This was maybe like 2 years ago. Something like that. Okay? And so, I was dating this girl, right? And she was very pretty. Like, she's very pretty. She had like the cutest smile ever in the world. She was dark skinned, really short. I think she was like 5'3.5", something like that. Cause she was shorter than me, and you know, I'm regular size. I'm 5'5", so you know, she was like 5'3" or something. And so, yeah, she was the best. Like, she was like she wasn't really funny. She wasn't funny. But like things that she did was hilarious, but she was not actually funny. And so like she was situational funny. Like things would happen to her and her reactions to the things would just make it very hilarious. And so it was like kind of like that. And like I just liked her. Like she was just a cool person to be around. She was like naturally just nurturing and just sweet, you know. Who doesn't like somebody that's sweet? And so, like, we were dating, and, like, basically, I kind of figured out pretty soon that her best friend did not like me. So, she was one of those type of people where she liked to be around people a lot. Like, she was very social. Like, she was one of those people that was, like, in a bunch of, like, little clubs and stuff in high school. And then she got out, she went to college, and she was in a bunch of stuff when she was there, too. And then she got out of that. And then she was still doing a bunch of different stuff with all of her little people that she met here and she did there and da-da-da-da and stuff like that. And so she had traveled a bit, and so she knew a bunch of people that was in a bunch of different states, and so sometimes she would just like randomly go on trips and da-da-da. So yeah, that's just her. That's who she was. And her best friend was like a person that would go on a lot of trips with her, but her best friend had like this little business thing that she was doing. I don't even know what it was. I'm not even gonna lie, because I did not like her, so I didn't ask for any details because she didn't like me, so we don't like each other. But let me show you how we got there. Basically, I think after our 4th date, I ended up going to her house, and then we were there for like an hour, and then her best friend just popped up. And so she was like, oh snap, my best friend here. I'm like, why is your best friend here? She was just like, I don't know, but I see her little bubble. I see her little bubble right here. And I'm just like, okay. And so then she goes to open the door. She walks in, like she used her key to get inside the house. I said, oh, okay, bet. And so then the best friend comes, she's just like, oh, I didn't know you had company. And she's just like, I literally told you that she was over here. And she was like, oh, my bad, I guess I didn't see that text. I'm just like, she 100% seen that text. She just was trying to be nosy. So what's up? And so I'm like, hey, I'm talking to her and everything. She like giving me the most like basic answers to questions, and she seeming like she really doesn't want to have a conversation with me. And then she'd just start talking to the girl that I'm dating, and then not trying to have me be in a conversation, basically. So she'd be like saying stuff directly to her, looking at her, having a conversation with her. Her best friend would say something to where as though me and her could like engage in a conversation, and she would kind of like cut my answer short just so she could go ahead and say whatever she's trying to say to my girl. So I'm just like, but yo, I don't really be dramatic. So I just like, alright, it's whatever. I'm like more dramatic when I'm dating women than men, but like I just like, you got it, whatever. And so like, so her and her best friend was talking or whatever. I'm gonna get this girl a name. What am I going to call this girl? Because she was annoying. She was very annoying. Let's call her Meg. Not like Megan Thee Stallion. Meg like Meg Griffin. Because it's just like, you just don't like her. She just be doing stuff and you just like, this psychopath type beat. So Meg was in the kitchen and she was just like, oh, I bought this food for you, whatever. So then my girl like, oh, that's so sweet. She was like, I made it from scratch because, you know, I know how to cook. And I'm just like, girl, do you think I give a fuck? But I'm just like, oh, okay. So then my girl took a spoonful of the food and gave it to me. She was mad as shit. She was just like, oh, I didn't really bring a enough for 2 people because I didn't think that you were here. And then I was just like, oh, it's fine. I'm not really hungry. And she was like, no, we just gonna share it anyway though. Thank you. And I was just like, I do not want to eat this girl food. It was cool though. The food was cool. She made like rice and chicken or something like that. I don't know. Chicken and rice, okay? Who messes up chicken and rice? All you gotta do is do a little bit of seasoning on that meat and you're gonna be cool. Like rice is rice. Rice is always good. So yeah. It was good. We ate her food right in front of her while she didn't eat, and she stared at us as we sat there on the sofa cuddled up. And she just like, oh yeah, I feel like I've been here a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave. I'll see you tomorrow. And then my girl's just like, see me tomorrow. And Meg gonna say something, yes, because tomorrow morning I will be coming here to pick you up. And so my girl just like, no, because actually she's spending the night and I'm not gonna be ready in the morning to go. And she was just like, she could leave early. And so then my girl looked at me and I looked at my girl like, who leaving early? And so she was just like, oh, okay. And so then obviously the next morning came. I didn't leave early because I don't know who she was talking to. And then she was mad. She was blowing her phone up in the morning like, why ain't you ready? We supposed to be going out, whatever. And then my girl was just like, bro, chill. And so Meg took it upon herself to just be like, oh, I'm coming in. Since y'all still laid up in bed, I'm going to come in there. And so she came in. It's like 9 a.m. She came in, just opened the door and walked in. And so then my girl's just like, why are you being like this? You have never used your key this much. Like, your key is supposed to be like a spare key just in case I lose my key. Why are you using it like you live here or something? She was just like, because I'm trying to make sure you okay. Like, you don't even know this girl. And then she was just like, okay, now get out of my house. And so then the girl was mad. Meg stormed out of the apartment, bruh, and left. And so I'm just like, okay. And she was just like, nah, I think she's just having a moment right now. I'm like, she having a moment 2 days in a row? She was just like, yeah, yo. I'm just like, okay. And so we going on about our day because like I was off the next day. And so like me and her spent the whole day together because she was on like sick leave or something like that. I think she had like twisted her ankle or something like 2 weeks into us dating. And then, like, she was off for, like, a whole month. So, this was a part of that month that she was off. It was, like, right before she went back to work. So, we just spent the whole day together. We went on a date. Then we came back. We, like, put some stuff in the house because we had went to the store after the date, whatever. And then we had left back out. And we had went to go get something from somebody, something like that. We doing our regular little stuff. Then she called her, like, 3 times. And then she's just like, I don't know why she's acting like this. And I'm just like, bro, like, that is your girlfriend. I'm like, I don't know if y'all had sex before, but like, y'all might as well, like, that's your girl. And so she was mad that I said that, but I'm just like, bro, because what is going on here? I don't have no friend that just pull up to my house, put that key in my door, open that joint up, and just walk in like, shit, cool. Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yo, that's really your girl. And she's just like, no. And she's like, and I've never done anything with her before. And I don't know why she acting like this. I just think that she feel intimidated because we've been spending a lot of time together. I'm just like, but why though? Like, I don't feel intimidated when my best friend get a new girlfriend. I don't feel that. So I don't feel like she should be feeling it. But I'm like, everybody different. Everybody feel how they feel, whatever. But like, she not going to keep on impeding on my time with you because I will beat her up. I always say that I will beat somebody up. Y'all, I don't be fighting people. I'm a good baby. But I don't like that. And so I'm like, all right, Joe, I'm going to let this rock because like we haven't been dating that long and you're not actually my girlfriend yet. So I'm going to just let y'all go ahead and do whatever it is that y'all doing. It's whatever. And so we had like the rest of the day, she wasn't geeking. And then like I left her house that night because I wasn't going to spend the night 2 nights in a row even though I could have. I wasn't going to spend the night 2 nights in a row. So I had left. I went home. We were texting and everything like that. And then she called me. While she was on the phone with me, the girl called her. And she was like, I'm going to call you back. I'm like. And so she get off the phone with me, talk to the girl. They was on the phone for like 2 hours. And then she called me back. She was like, all right, I'm off the phone now. I'm just like, bro, why was y'all just on the phone for 2 hours? She was just like, I told you, like, she must have something going on because she just wanted to talk to me. She wasn't even talking about anything. I'm just like, and she don't be acting like this all the time. She's just like, no, she don't be acting like this all the time. I'm just like, all right, Joe. I'm like, it's whatever. Like, I'm just letting it be. But I'm just like, this is crazy. This is crazy. And so then it was like one day we went out on a date. It was like, I don't know, like date 7 or something like that. And me and her, I think we were like in DC or something. It's like we was in DC or we were like in Philly. We were somewhere that was far but wasn't crazy far, but it was a little far. And so it was just like we was on like an hour and a half drive or something, and then like on this hour and a half drive, because we had went from one far away spot to a place that was even farther away. That's kind of how it was. So we like drove an hour and a half, and then like after that we drove like 30 minutes after we had ate at that spot, because we was trying to go to a certain place. And like once we driving the little hour and a half, she calls her, and so she answers the phone, and she's just like, what? She's just like, where are you going? And I'm just like, who is she to be asking you where you going? Yo, this is getting out of hand. She's starting to piss me off. And then she was just like, I'm on a date. And she's like, but where are you going? And she's like, I'm going to this restaurant called da da da, and then we're going to do this and da da da. She's just like, oh, like y'all going to be outside all day? Like you going to be gone all day? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, why are you answering her? Like, I was like, this is ridiculous. Who does she think she is? Like, obviously she's your mother or she's your lover, because there's no reason for her to be asking you all these questions and demanding answers from you. What is going on? And so, and I'm like, and you dumb and you giving it to us. So like, what's happening? I was like, obviously I'm the side chick. I'm sorry. My bad. Because like, what? And so she was like, no. I'm just going to get off the phone with you. I'll talk to you later. And so we went on this date the whole time. She ended up turning her phone off because the girl called her like 2 more times. I'm like, are you sure this is not your ex-girlfriend? She was like, I've literally never done anything sexual with this girl ever in my life. I promise you, I have not. And I'm just like, yo, you got to be lying, because this is insane. And she was just like, yeah, like she might like me, but I don't know. I don't think she do though, because like we're best friends. Like why would she like me? And I'm just like, shut up. I'm like, yo, shut up. And so while we on this date and her phone is off, we're like doing everything, and we're using my phone for everything. I don't know how she did this, but the girl got my number, and so she called my phone, and then she was just like, I answered the phone because I'm like, yo, who is this? I was like, hello. She was just like, can you give her the phone? I'm like, click the phone. I'm like, I know you did. First of all, how did you get my number? Like, did you go through her phone to get my number? And then she's just like, oh, she does have the password to my phone. I'm just like, so you just got people having the password to your phone and taking my number out your phone? Like, what's going on? And so I'm mad at her now, because I'm just like, yo, why did she have my number? Like, I don't have time for people to be calling my phone. And she's just like, nah, she just worried about me. I'm like, but why is she worried about you? Like, what am I going to kidnap you? You the one that's driving. If anything, you going to kidnap me. And so I'm just like, this is insanity. And so she's just like, it's fine. She won't stop acting like this. And I'm just like, has she done this before though? And she was just like, not with none of the people that I dated before. And then like, I'm just like, all right, well, just tell me how these past relationships went. And so she told me how the past relationship went. And then she started showing me pictures of the people. And I was just like, you know what? I know why she's acting like this. I'm like, she absolutely is in love with you. And she never saw anybody as a threat before. And now she sees me as a threat, and she's trying to get rid of me before you actually fall in love with me, and then we leave her in the dust. It's not going to happen. Like, we're not going to leave her in the dust, and I'm not going to ask you to stop talking to her. Like, I don't care. But the thing is, this is the reason why she's acting like that. She's like, why would you say that? I'm just like, look at these funny looking people that you got on this phone. I'm like, why would she be scared of this guy? Look at this guy. I'm like, this guy, no. And I'm just like, and then this other person, she probably wasn't scared of this person. They actually looked good, but they were thicker. And she probably just didn't feel like you would be attracted to a thicker person like that, and you would fall in love with a thicker person like that, because you're really fit and she's really fit, and she feel like all the fit people should just be together and yeah, all that good stuff. And so I'm just like, that's probably why she didn't care about that person. But that girl was cute. She had some extra meat on her. But she was cute though. You should have seen her face. The face card never declined. And so I'm just like, it's like, I understand, but like, no, she really geeking. I'm just like, this girl is clearly in love with you, and she's waiting for her chance, and you just keep on dating other people, and it's really starting to get to her, because this is your 3rd relationship since y'all been best friends. And I'm just like, what were the circumstances of your best friendship? Like, how did y'all come about this? Like, did one day y'all just say, hey, we best friends? Or like, did y'all just fall into best friendship? And she was like, one day we just said we was best friends. I was like, yeah, she's trying to definitely smash, like, for sure. Like, she actually wants you. Like, you are literally the love of her life, and she just can't believe that you don't see it. And she was like, why would you say that? And I'm like, bro, because these are all the signs. Like, she just one day just declared you her best friend so that she could spend, like, all of this time with you, and then it not seem weird that she's being so affectionate with you and always texting you and talking to you and everything because y'all best friends, and that's what best friends do. Like, bro, she's not fooling anybody. And she was just like, but, like, I don't really think that she's necessarily gay. I'm like, she gay for you. I'm like, if she's not gay, she gay for you. Because I'm just like, no way. Like, she's absolutely in love with you. I'm just like, she just be sending you pictures like this. I get that she cut, for real. I get that she like, oh, look at my stomach. My stomach look good. But why she don't have no pants on? She could have had pants on. She could have had pants on. She chose to have a thong on and no shirt to show you her abs, when she could have just pulled her pants down a little bit so that you can see the definition in her little... Alright, Joe, it's cool. It's cool. I'm like, no, she's in love with you, and it's fine. Like, I'm not about to fight your best friend for you. I'm not the type of girl. So I'm just like, either you want to be here or you don't want to be here. But, like, this whole little thing y'all got going on, none of that. None of that. I'm like, y'all can still be cool, but take that key from her. First of all, give me the key. Because if you actually trying to be my girlfriend, ain't nobody walking in here randomly while we just cooling. No, I'm not playing with her. She mess around, come up in here with a machete and take me out. I'm scared for my life. I can't spend the night at your house if she got a key. I don't care. And so she take the key from her, and the girl's so dramatic, sending her long little text messages and stuff, because she took the key away from her like 3 days after that. And then she's just like, I can't believe you're going to take my key away and give it to her. I'm your best friend. Like, it's me before everybody. That's how it's supposed to be, da 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 da. And I'm just like, I'm not even saying for me to have the key necessarily. Like, give it to your mother or something, or like your guy best friend, because you got a guy best friend. Like, I'm like, bro, like, give it to somebody. Like, she don't need to have it because she don't even know what she's supposed to be doing with it. She just be walking into your house. Like, no. And so she just like, yeah, I'm gonna just give it to you so that you can come over whenever. And like, if we stop talking, then like, obviously, like, I want my key back, but da da da. I'm just like, all right, Joe. So I had the key to the house. And one day they was like hanging out, whatever, and she was supposed to leave, but she kept on waiting forever to try to leave her house on purpose because she wanted us to run into each other, because she told her that I was coming. And I hadn't seen the girl in like a little minute because like I don't know if she was trying to keep us apart for real, but like I hadn't seen her ever since like the second time that I seen her. And so once I had got to her house, obviously I just came in because I had the key. So then the best friend started going off like, you really gave her the key? Like, I thought you were just taking it from me and you was going to give it to Aaron or whoever his name was. So Meg just yap, fussing. But she fussing at herself because my girl was not responding to her. She just was, going off. And I'm just like, yeah, that whole conversation is unnecessary and you don't need to be acting like that. Like, you're really out here embarrassing yourself for no reason. Like, if she wanted to talk to you, she wanted to be with you, she wanted you to have her key, that's how it would be. And that's not how it is, so you need to relax. And she was just like, who are you talking to? And I'm just like, in my inside voice, I'm going to tell you that you need to get the fuck out because I'm not playing with you. I'm like, I don't be fighting people, but please do not push me. And so then my girl was just like, no, I don't want y'all to be arguing. I'm like, I'm not arguing with anybody. Like, I'm literally not arguing with you. Like, either you about to catch this fade or you're about to get out of this house. Because I didn't come here for this. I'm trying to get in the shower. I'm trying to get some food that she cooked me. I'm trying to lay up. I'm trying to cool, and you're interrupting that. And I had a long day at work. Don't have time for that. And so, like, I didn't say nothing else. The girl just was standing there, and I just was like, so what is it that you want to do? And then she was just like, I'm just going to leave because I don't got time for this. I'm like, get the fuck out. So she left. Because, like, I don't know. I'm not going to say, like, she was scared of me or anything, but it's just, like, I'm not ready to argue and fuss with no person. Like, we both grown. None of these words is going to change anything. Like, either you about to catch his fade or you about to get out. I'm not going to keep on yapping with you. Like, I need this to be done as soon as possible. So, like, we're going to do it as soon as possible. Like, we're going to get this done. Like, what's going to happen? And so I'm just like, get out. And so when she got in the car, she started texting like, I can't believe you let her put me out of your house, da da da. And I'm just like, bro, she put you out of her house first. You just was not listening to her. I just was seconding what she said. Like, all I did was say exactly what she said. Like, you're doing the most and you need to get out. And that was it. Like, it ain't like she wanted to have this conversation with you and then I told you to get out and so you got out. No, she wanted you to get out and you refused to get out. And so I told you to get out. And that just was what it was. And so then after that, she was just like, well, you know, I'm not going to have you treating me like this. Our relationship used to be strong, and ever since you started talking to her, you started pushing me to the side and acting like I don't matter, da-da-da. Blowing her phone up. And I'm just like, don't respond to her. Like, she clearly, like, she has these extra emotions right now. You need to give her a second, because all she's going to do is whenever you respond, she's going to respond with something even longer and more in-depth, and it's going to be annoying, and she's going to ruin your mood. You're already irritated. You don't need to add to it. Ignore her. And so we ignored her the rest of the day. Like, I think she called like 3 times, and then she just put her phone on Do Not Disturb, and then we just was cooling and we did what we planned to do. So I'm just like, all right. And that's why I was just like, yo, it's kind of taxing being in a relationship like this where somebody is consistently doing all of this extra stuff. Like, she was saying that I was her girlfriend, but I never officially asked her to be my girlfriend. So it's like, I guess we was girlfriends. But I just was like, I'm not about to ask you to be my girlfriend when I know that you got this crazy person with you. And I just feel like I'm getting myself into something ridiculous, and I usually don't choose to get into ridiculous things. So I'm just like, we'll see. And so after that day passed, I think like 2 weeks had passed, and the best friend kind of just was MIA for real. And so she was like, I'm worried about her because she haven't talked to me in 2 weeks. I'm like, she's doing that on purpose. She know that you won't worry about her, and she know that you gonna pop up at her house and ask for forgiveness, and then y'all gonna be all cool, and then she gonna be acting a fool again and trying to get you not to hang out with me and trying to get us to be broken apart and da da da. Like, she's not slick. Like, if you let her do this, you're just letting her get by, and she's going to keep on doing stuff like this because she knows that you're going to accept her doing stuff like this. You cannot give in to behavior like this. She's bugging, and you got to treat her like she's bugging. So when she comes to her senses and she decides, oh, let me go ahead and talk to my best friend, that's when you talk to her. That's when you adjust the situation. You do not go to her house and try to ask for forgiveness. Because forgiveness for what? Like, she clearly is lost her stuff. Like, she's lost it. She's lost it, yo. And so she's just like, okay, I'm not going to say anything to her. She ended up calling her anyway. And she was just like, yeah, so I talked to Meg, and Meg said that she forgives me and that everything is good and that we're going to have dinner tonight and da da da. I'm just like, girl, I'm not about to tell you what to do. I'm just like, if that's what you want to do, you want to go have dinner with her, go have dinner with her. I don't care. Like, I'm not going to play these games with you. And she's like, okay, well, all right, I'm not going to invite her to my house, but yeah, we're going to go out and get some lunch. We're not going to have dinner. Since you're trying to make it seem like it's something that it's not. I'm just like, I'm not trying to make it seem like it's anything that it's not. I'm just letting you know that she's playing with you. But it's fine. Like, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I'm like, you're clearly attached to her because she came in your life at like a really trying time, and she was there for you when you had a lot of stuff going on, so you feel this attachment to her. But she's trying to use that against you, and she's trying to make you feel bad for wanting normal things, like for her to act like a good friend and not keep on bugging whenever you don't talk to her or whenever you decide to hang out with me instead of her, like it's a competition. So I'm just like, be fucking for real. And so after that, they had their little lunch or whatever, and once she left the lunch, she came to my house, and she told me about it and everything. She's like, oh, she apologized for the way that she was acting and said it was just because she was on her period and she was having a long day. And I'm just like, I'm like, bro, people that try to use their period for purposes like that, it's just like, you are the ones that's making women look bad, because your period is not gonna make you go ballistic inside somebody's house and threaten their girlfriend and act the way you was acting. Like, it's just gonna make you maybe moody, but it's not gonna make you a fucking psychopath. So I'm just like, no, it does not work like that. But if you want to just believe that and you want to go along with that, then that's fine. But no, she's really just playing in your face, and you're allowing her to play in your face. And so I'm just like, you're gonna get whatever you get from that, but like, I don't think I'm about to stick around for this. So like, yo, she was an eater, so I stayed a little longer. I was talking to her for like another like 3 weeks, and in that time span of that 3 weeks, the girl came over to the house while we were there, and we were in the middle of something, okay? And she came and she knocked on the door, and when we didn't answer, she started banging on the door like the police. I'm like, ma'am, you are not the police. Why are you knocking on the door like that? If I don't answer the door, get back in your car and go to wherever you're going. Or get back in your car and wait for me to come. Like, I don't get it. And all she was supposed to be doing was dropping something off. Like, she could have left it at the door. It literally was like, oh, you left your charger. I'm going to bring it to you. Girl, she got like 3 chargers. Why are you bringing her charger to her? But I'm just like, all right, whatever. She left the charger. She going to bring the charger over. She said she was going to bring it over at 10 o'clock. She came at 8 o'clock. And then that's the reason why we were still in the middle of doing something. And so she was like, I know what you in there doing. You need to stop and come out here. You need to get your charger. And she just knock on the door acting a fool. Well, and so I'm like, yo, she really interrupting, bro. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stop. I'll answer the door. I'm clearly the one that's gonna have to answer the door because she's gonna act a fool if you answer the door. So I'm like, hello, thank you for the charger. She was just like, why are you still here? I'm like, who are you talking to? I'm like, yo, one thing you're not ready to do is disrespect me in my household. I don't care if it's not my house, it's my house. So don't come to my door acting stupid. And she's just like, you're just going to be here for another 2 days, and then I'm going to be the one here picking her up off the floor because you left her. And I'm like, if I was to leave, I'm taking her with me. And so she was mad as shit. Like, I didn't mean it, but I just wanted to make her mad because she just interrupted everything I had going on. I'm like, yo, you playing in my face, so I want to play in yours. Let's do this. And so, like, I just was messing with her, and she's just talking, and I'm just talking back to her because at this point, all of the that I had in me was gone. Like, she blew me completely. So I was just like, all right, now, so I'm going to play in your face. So I'm just like, yeah, we were doing exactly what you thought we were doing, and we're going to continue as soon as you leave the door. So if that upsets you, I hope it upsets you even more now that you can see the glee in my face. And she's just like, why are you like this? This is why I never liked you. And she started crying and complaining. I shut the door right on her face. And I didn't care. Because she made me mad. I'm just like, bro, why are you being like this? Like, and I didn't even say anything slick to her. I just got smart with her a little bit. And I just shut the door because I'm like, yo, give me my fucking charger. And so then I put a little chain on the door, locked the little door, went back to the room, and y'all know what I did when I got back in the room. So we was cooling. She was mad. She was still sitting outside. Like, I saw the little dot, like, on my girl phone. I saw Meg's dot still in the parking lot after we got done, which was like an hour later. She sat out there for a whole entire hour, mad. And I guess she thought I was leaving. I'm not. Now I'm spending the night. I didn't plan to spend the night. Now I'm spending the night. Because why is you outside? I'm spending the night now. Because you're not coming in here. This is my house. and so I spent the night. I did have to work the next day, but I had to work at like 10. So we cooled, made breakfast at like 8. And then, like, she wasn't there anymore or whatever. Like, she had left after, like, sitting out there for like an hour and a half. And she had texted her phone, and she's just like, you know what? I see how it is. You're always going to pick her over me, and I'm done. Like, we don't need to be best friends anymore. And so then my girl was just like, Meg, you're being over dramatic. We do need to be best friends. I love her, but I love you too, and you gotta relax. Meg's just like, you cannot love both of us. It's either me or it's her. And she was just like, I'm not picking you because I don't like when people give me ultimatums. Click. I'm just like, hey, yo. And so I didn't mess up their best friendship because she obviously was already bugging before I even stepped into the picture. But they stopped being best friends after that. And I stopped talking to her like 2 weeks later because like 2 weeks later, after she stopped being best friends with her, the girl came to her house and busted her windows. And I'm just like, I don't got time for this shit. I'm like, I don't got time for this shit. Because why did she bust your windows? Like, was it ever that deep? Like, how did you even become best friends with the psychopath? And I'm like, no. And so, like, I just stopped talking to her. But it was like low-key mutual because she was just like, I got too much stuff going on in my life right now for me to even be trying to take anybody seriously right now. Like, I need to focus on myself because obviously I'm not picking the right people to be around me. And I'm just like, you're not lying because she's crazy. And I don't even know how you got to this position. Like, I don't even know how she thought that she had a chance with you when you do not like people that look like her. I'm like, literally, I don't know if she thought that body was going body and that was it. But like, girl, your face looked crazy. Like, you don't even look like a pretty fish. You look like a scary fish. I'm like, I'm like, nobody's trying to talk to you. Like, get out of here. I still talk to my ex sometimes, and they're still not like closely like they're not best friends anymore. Like, they still interact sometimes because we got similar friends, but they're not best friends. So it's just like they were never meant to be best friends. She always was trying to talk to her. She just pretended that she wanted to be her friend because she was just like, this is the easiest way to get close to her. But it didn't work because my girl didn't find her attractive, so it didn't matter. The whole relationship and how close they was did not matter because she was never going to smash. so that's just how it was. But also, me and the girl were not really meant to be together because like she in general had a lot of stuff going on in her life because her crazy best friend was not the only one. Like, she had other things going on. It was other people in her life that was like dragging her down. And I'm just like, you really do need to focus on you because I don't know how did you even get all these people in your life, because she seemed like such a good person. I'm just like, how are you letting these people into your life? Like, you need better for you. And you need better decision making skills because I don't know how you got here. I don't know. And so yeah, we stopped talking, but like, we're still cool. Love her, appreciate her, but her best friend was crazy. And I don't talk to people that got crazy best friends. Like, why is your best friend in love with you? Like, it's just too much going on. And like, it was like 2 times where somebody's best friend had liked them, and I knew when I got into the relationship, like as soon as we started getting into the relationship, that the best friend liked them. And that is never my type. I don't have time for this. I'm not competing with nobody, and I don't want nobody to feel like they compete with me. Like, we're not on the same page. Like, you are their friend for a reason. Like, either y'all need to go here and just be together and leave me out of it, or you need to get out of here. So ultimately, it was good that me and her was in a relationship because she really needed to get that psychopath out of her life. And I helped, okay? So I felt like I did my duty again for the gay community. And I helped her get this psychopath out of her life because she really wasn't trying to take no for an answer. Like, the girl did not want to be with her, but she was just like, nah, you finna want to. And she really tried to blame me and whatever exes for stopping her from being with this girl when it was never going to happen in the first place. So yeah, but I guess more of the story would be that you need to vet your best friends. You know, you can't just let somebody just take you as their best friend just because they say we're best friends. You got to make sure that like y'all truly are best friends and that y'all are the bestest of friends for the correct reasons, and somebody is not trying to get you to be their best friend just so they can turn it into something else. And if you have a genuine best friendship and you realize that you absolutely love this person more than a best friend, you need to tread lightly and like have the proper conversations to figure out if that's what y'all supposed to be doing. Because a lot of the times you're doing that and it's just going to ruin your relationship and y'all not going to end up being friends after that. Because like, you shouldn't have never did that. And you confused your love for them. And it's bad for you, okay? So just get over it. The like and the love is not real, okay? It's all in your head. It's all in your head. But yeah, so that's how I feel. Like, you're wasting your time trying to be in love with your best friend. So either don't be best friends with them or get over it. I don't know. Not that, but like low-key that, okay? The moral of the story is you can't just be best friends with anybody. Make sure your friendship is genuine and that y'all both have the best interest for each other when y'all enter a friendship that is supposed to be long-lasting and the best, okay? Yeah, that's me. So the story is over. I appreciate y'all for watching. Can't even speak right now. I'm so tired. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching. Okay? And for me, story time Tish Daddy is over. Peace and love.